Hello guys, welcome to my living room. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be talking about something very serious that affects more people than we know. Sexual assault is real, and it's a real deal, and probably more people than you think are affected by it every day. This is a very hard video for me to make for several different reasons. Okay, I'm just going to try to power through this, and I'm going to try not to cry, but it may happen, so just bear with me. When I was in 5th grade, I believe I was about 11 at that time, my grandparents, who lived in Oregon, were visiting us at the time. It was their last night staying there with us at our house, and my parents and them had went over to my neighbor's house and were drinking, and my brother and I were staying at home, and we went into my parents' bedroom because there was a TV in there, and we were watching TV, and then I don't know if my dad carried us back to our room or if I went to my room by myself, but anyways, we had bunk beds at the time, and I was on the top bunk and my brother was on the bottom bunk, and I was sleeping, and I heard a noise and it woke me up all of a sudden, and I looked up and I saw my grandfather from my dad's side coming up to my bed. He said, "Shh, I'm just gonna lay down for a minute." So I thought nothing of it because, you know, he's my grandpa. I should be able to trust him, right? So I let him lay down next to me. And I guess at the time I didn't really think it was wrong because, you know, I was only like 11 years old. I'm still pretty innocent. I don't really know what's going on. And I just fell back asleep. I woke up to him touching my breast, and I don't know if anything else happened before then, but I just went back to sleep and tried to ignore it. I don't know if anything else happened, but that happened, and I just tried to sleep through the night. And the next day I told my parents about it, and I'm not going to go into details, but it was not the first time that he had done something like that. So after that, I have not seen them since that day. I have not seen them since then. We filed a police report with the cops the next day, but nothing happened with it because there was not enough evidence. At first, my parents said that we weren't going to go to the cops or anything, which I didn't want to because I was like 11 at the time. I was scared. I didn't know what was really going on. So that happened, and then the cop that we talked to was like good friends with my dad because my dad was a reserve cop at the time, which means like a part-time cop. So he recommended that I go to this place called CARES. And let me just tell you, that was the worst experience of my life, and I would not wish that on anyone. Because what they did is, you talked to this counselor and they like recorded what you were saying, and they acted like your parents didn't already know about what happened to you. So they were like trying to probe to get you to tell your parents about what happened, but I was like, my parents already know what happened. That's why I'm here. And then they did like this exam where they're just like poking at you and you're naked, and it was not something fun that anyone should ever have to experience. And I hope none of you have to experience anything like that. So that's probably the easier part to talk about, because I've never seen him since that day, and I'm probably never going to see him again. Do I forgive him? It's probably a question you're gonna ask. No, I really don't, because he's probably still out there doing it to some other girl, or trying to, because nothing happened. And I did go forward to the cops, and nothing happened. So that brings me to my next story of when this was very close to before I met my current boyfriend. So before I met my current boyfriend, okay, I'm sorry. It was about probably about a year before I met my current boyfriend. I had broken up with a guy I had been in a 2-year relationship with, and he was emotionally and mentally abusive, and he cheated on me, and it was not a good relationship. It was not healthy at all. So I'm glad that I'm no longer in that position. So we were already broken up, but I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought maybe we could get back together. So we were talking, and I decided to go over to his house like a retard. I shouldn't have done it. Sorry, I don't mean the word retard. I shouldn't have went to his house, but I did. And what happened at his house, I will never forget. So, well, I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. Not everyone knows this story, but everyone knows that I think I have smoked weed before. So we had been smoking a little bit of weed. I'm not gonna lie about it. And well, he really wanted to try having anal sex, and I did not. And let's just say he finally convinced me to try it, and I kept telling him to stop, and he would not stop. So I don't know, some people might not consider that rape because I gave consent, but I kept saying stop and he did not stop. So I just basically left after that. I never looked back. I never talked to him again after that day. I actually just went to school right after that. I didn't know what to do really because of prior thing with the cops not having enough evidence to go forward with anything. I felt that it would probably be the same case since he had been my boyfriend before. It would probably be hard for them to convict him of anything. So I just went about life, and after that, my life, it just kind of started going in a downward spiral. I was drinking a lot. I was smoking a lot. I'm just gonna be straight up with you. I was hooking up with people, and I regret that, but it was like I didn't know how to deal with my feelings. I didn't know how to deal with what I felt. So while I was doing that, I was on a dating website, and well, it's not technically a dating website. It's called Meet Me. I'm sure you've probably heard of it. But that's where I met my current boyfriend, and he was just like a blessing in disguise, really. I wasn't really looking for a relationship. I was just doing my thing, being single, and he invited me to hang out with him one day, and at that time I thought hang out pretty much meant hook up. But I went and did not hook up. We actually went on a date, and me and my boyfriend didn't even kiss until like I think it was like 3 times. Like we saw each other 3 times before we kissed or anything like that. But within, I believe it was 7 months within dating, we decided to move in together into this house now, and we've been together for 2.5 years now, and here we are. So the point of this story is that no matter what you're going through, there's always going to be bigger and better things to come, and you're not stuck. You're not stuck in your situation, and things are going to get better. I also do want to mention that I did go to counseling about a year ago because I couldn't deal with those feelings that I had, and it was affecting my relationship with my boyfriend now, and I just needed someone to talk to. So I finally did go to counseling, and it helped a lot. So if you guys are struggling with something like this, I would definitely recommend going to counseling. I know a lot of people bash counseling, and it's not what you think it is. It's just like talking to a friend, but it's someone with knowledge who can actually help you with your problems and help you get through what you're going through. So if you're struggling, feel free to write me comments. I will try my best to answer everyone, and I hope this video will help someone out there that is struggling with something that I have went through. And there will be more videos to come, and I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you very much for listening to my story and watching this video.